Welcome to the Morning Download Podcast, your go-to resource for personal finance, economics, and market insights. In just 8 minutes a day, we provide valuable information to help you make better money decisions. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter at https://www.morningdownload.com/subscribe.
Hey there, investors. Hope you're all doing well. So there's something interesting happening with the U.S. economy. While it has been strong for quite some time, there are murmurs in the market suggesting that things might be changing. Now, I'm not here to spread panic or anything, but it might be a good idea to review your portfolio if you've got heavy investments. Just a little advice to keep things in check. By the way, a big thanks to all of you who participate in our daily polls and send us emails with your thoughts and suggestions. We value your feedback, and it really helps us make improvements. We're constantly working on getting better and better for you. Now, here's a fun fact to ponder on. Did you know that the average 35-year-old in the U.S. has managed to save around $13,000? It's always interesting to see where we stand in terms of our personal finance goals, right? Moving on to today's topics. First up, we have some trouble brewing for the U.S. We'll dive into what's happening and what it means for investors like yourself. And guess what? The IPO market is back, and it's back with a bang. We'll explore the latest happenings in the world of initial public offerings and what they mean for the market. Lastly, we're going to continue our discussion on tax-free incomes. Yes, it's part 2 of our exploration into this fascinating topic. So, if you're curious about strategies to potentially reduce your tax burden, you definitely don't want to miss out on this one. Let's start with the economy. Experts are sounding the alarm bells, raising concerns about the future of the U.S. economy. Dartmouth College economics professor David Blanchflower had a chat with CNN, and he sees some bad signs ahead. He's not alone in his worries, as JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon shares similar views. Dimon believes that although the current economic situation in the U.S. is good, it would be a huge mistake to assume that it will last for years. He expressed his concerns to CNBC. The news reports are also predicting trouble for the U.S. economy, stating that it is bracing for some challenging times. Opinions about what lies ahead are varied. Some believe that a rate hike is on the horizon, while others remain doubtful. The bottom line is that the market won't always be as robust as it is now. We need to keep a close eye on things because economies around the world are experiencing their own struggles. From Germany to China, there are signs of economic decline. The big question on everyone's mind is whether the U.S. will be next. Experts anticipate a worsening situation, but nobody can accurately predict when it will happen. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look at some global headlines. The European Central Bank, ECB, has recently raised interest rates to a new high of 4%. On a more positive note, European stocks closed 1.5% higher, showing some resilience. However, Chinese stocks are facing challenges, leading to an exodus from emerging markets. So, with all these developments in mind, it's crucial to stay informed and keep an eye on the economic landscape. So guess what? ARM Holdings just had a pretty successful initial public offering, or IPO for short. They're now trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol ARM. And get this, their stock price gained a solid 10% on its very first day of trading. Not too shabby, huh? During their IPO, ARM sold about 95.5 million shares, which is slightly more than what was expected. And get this, their total valuation is now over a whopping $54 billion. That's definitely nothing to sneeze at. What does this mean, you might ask? Well, it's actually quite significant. This successful IPO is a clear indication that tech IPOs are making a strong comeback after a bit of a slow period. In fact, according to PitchBook, a company that keeps tabs on startups, there's currently a backlog of about 200 companies that should have gone public by now, and the success of ARM's IPO might just inspire more of these companies to finally take the plunge and go public themselves. So keep your eyes peeled, folks. It looks like we might just be in for a wave of exciting tech IPOs in the near future. Exciting news in the world of crypto. Deutsche Bank has teamed up with Taurus, a Swiss cryptocurrency firm, to offer Bitcoin and crypto custody services to its institutional clients. This is a big deal as it brings more legitimacy to Bitcoin, which has been facing challenges in getting approved, particularly in countries like China and India. While Bitcoin may still be struggling for recognition in some markets, it has certainly caught the attention of family offices, hedge funds, and other institutional investors. The currency has become incredibly attractive to these big players. So what's next? Well, there's good news on the horizon. Regulatory clarity surrounding Bitcoin is improving, and we're not too far away from having a solid framework in place. This is crucial for the wider adoption and acceptance of cryptocurrencies. Deutsche Bank's global head of securities services, Paul Maley, explained, "As the digital asset space is expected to encompass trillions of dollars of assets, it's bound to be seen as one of the priorities for investors and corporations alike. Our focus is not just on cryptocurrencies, but supporting our clients in the overall digital assets ecosystem." In a nutshell, this recent development is a positive signal for the crypto industry. The involvement of a major bank like Deutsche Bank shows that cryptocurrencies are gaining more traction and becoming a key part of the financial landscape. In our second and final installment of the Incomes That Are Tax-Free series, let's delve into more ways you can save on taxes. Retirement account income offers tax benefits. With qualified retirement accounts like 401(k) plans, IRAs, and 403(b) plans, you can defer tax on investment income until you withdraw the funds. Roth 401(k)s and Roth 403(b)s are even better. You can withdraw funds tax-free if you meet all the conditions. Next up, municipal bond interest. While most bond-related income is taxed, municipal bonds issued by states and government entities are an exception. If you live in the state where the bonds were issued, you won't have to pay federal or local tax on the income. This exemption applies to both ETFs and individual bonds, although ETF income is still subject to federal income tax. Did you know that financial gifts can be tax-free? The key is proving it's a gift without any expectation of payment in return. Currently, there's a lifetime gift tax exemption of $12.06 million for 2022 and $12.92 million for 2023. However, if the gift generates additional income, like selling a painting for profit or earning dividends from gifted stocks, you'll owe taxes on that income. Health savings accounts, HSAs, come with tax advantages too. HSA distributions are not taxable as long as the expenses are medical related. When it comes to inheritances, they are generally not taxable. But watch out if the estate exceeds certain limits. In 2022, the exemption is $12.06 million, and in 2023, it's $12.92 million. Anything beyond these limits may be subject to taxes paid by the estate. Some states like Texas, Nevada, Ohio, Washington, South Dakota, and Wyoming don't impose corporate income taxes. Wyoming and South Dakota are particularly attractive due to their business-friendly tax laws. Disability insurance payments are usually taxable, but there are exceptions. Benefits from supplemental disability insurance paid for by you, including those purchased through your employer, are tax-free. Private disability insurance plans bought with after-tax dollars also offer tax-free benefits. Additionally, workers' compensation for physical injuries and sickness are tax-free, except for punitive damages. Consulting a tax specialist can provide more specific information on how different insurance payments are taxed. Have you ever stopped to think about the relationship between stocks and the companies behind them? Well, today's personal finance quote by Peter Lynch reminds us of their deep connection. Lynch, a legendary investor, encourages us to go beyond the stock ticker symbol and dig deeper into what these companies are actually doing. It's easy to get caught up in the daily fluctuations of the stock market and forget that every stock represents a real business. Understanding what a company does can give us valuable insights into its long-term prospects. Is it a tech company working on cutting-edge innovations? Or perhaps a well-established consumer goods company that's been around for decades? By taking the time to research and find out what a company is doing, we can make more informed investment decisions. It's not just about the numbers or the trends, but also about the underlying business fundamentals. This knowledge allows us to evaluate the company's potential for growth, profitability, and sustainability. So the next time you're considering investing in a particular stock, remember Peter Lynch's advice. Look beyond the ticker symbol and uncover the story of the company behind it. By doing so, you'll have a better understanding of what you're investing in and increase your chances of making sound financial decisions. After all, as Lynch suggests, behind every stock is a company, and finding out what it's doing is a crucial step towards achieving financial success.
In this episode, we discussed potential adjustments to portfolios in response to changes in the strong U.S. economy and the thriving IPO market. as well as the warning signs for the U.S. economy and global developments. We also covered ARM Holdings' successful IPO and its potential impact on future tech IPOs, Deutsche Bank's partnership with Taurus for crypto custody services, and various tax-free income sources. Lastly, we touched on Peter Lynch's insight into the importance of understanding the company behind a stock in personal finance. Thanks for tuning in to the Morning Download, your go-to podcast for personal finance, economics, and market insights in just 8 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content and sign up for our free newsletter at morningdownload.com/subscribe.